Hi guys, thanks for watching again. This is clip 3 of developing the offensive line. Obviously we're just going to quickly recap clip 1. We talked a lot about mindset, muscle memory, habits, posture, a couple of the tools that I use, i.e. medicine balls, buckets. One that I didn't mention, guys, really important, is the grease board or the whiteboard, whether that be a slate or whether that be something that you can carry down to practice or a game day. Get the boys gathering around it, away from the noise. Do your Q&As on it. A picture speaks 1,000 words, a scribble does. So again, it's a great tool to use. So yeah, clip 1, that's what we talked about. Clip 2, obviously we talked about how to utilise the QB. Bring him closer in to working with the boys on the line, okay? Get him as an integral part of your pass protection scheme. Really, really, really simple stuff. So now you're in a great position now where you understand what the head coach wants, you understand what the offensive coordinator wants. Within that now, the boys are prepared. You've got your practice planner, your sessions are planned out in 5-minute blocks. Within that now, you've got a great set of drills, simple drills that focus on fundies. Within that now, you've got your coaching points, and on your cheat sheet, you write your coaching points on it. You're on the training field, the practice field, you're shouting out your coaching points from your cheat sheet. All the way through the drill, you're constantly reinforcing your small points. You're marking them 1 to 10. When they get to whatever level you consider them to be competent, you then introduce a new drill. You're in a great place now where your boys are fundamentally starting to get sound and get confidence. So now what we're looking at now, you start to focus on the playbook, and you can see now what the system is, and you can see that you need to really develop a pass protection system, which is the holy grail. We can talk about run blocking and things like that through your drills, but we'll talk about the pass set. You're now looking at that, and how do I look to implement that? Okay, so we'll talk about that. Again, we'll go over a whole set of drills and things like that on various kind of side clips. Okay, but this is part of developing, it's a massive part of developing your offensive line. And again, I look to do things together. Okay, once I get to a certain point where my boys are fundamentally sound, I believe that they can deal with most things. So what I'm looking for now is, how do I start to translate and understand what's expected of me as an offensive line coach? Okay, so when I look at a playbook, okay, I look at the passes, the systems, and I just make a simple, it doesn't matter where I'm at. This is not a new system that I've done. This has been many years that I've been doing it. And again, this is something I truly believe I hang my hat on. It allows me to deal with multiple fronts, shifts, stunts, anything that usually defenses throw at me. It allows me, because I'm utilising the QB as that extra guy. Okay, so always bear this in mind. So what do I look to do first and foremost when I look at that playbook? Okay, is the simple philosophy. I have one rule: always protect the most important guy on the pitch, which is the QB's blind side, or what I call it, you'll hear me refer to it a lot, is backside. Always look to protect the backside of the quarterback. I know there's a lot of head coaches, OCs, quarterbacks coaches, what they look to do is, for whatever reason, is they will look to have their offensive line blocking, and they'll always put the running back to the backside. I think that's an absolute no-no, and I'll explain why. I want my best trained protectors, blockers, blocking the blind side or the backside of that QB. And every coach that I'm talking to right now understands that simple philosophy. I want my best trained guys blocking the backside, or being able to deal with any kind of shifts, twists, stunts, anything that the defense throws at me. I want my best guys' eyes in the right place and my body's in the right place, that they can be able to deal with that. If I can get to that and get my offense to do that, okay, it settles my QB down. He knows he's not going to get walloped from the backside. It enables him to be more confident. If the quarterback is confident, it resonates throughout the offense. Again, you're still dealing with mindsets. You're still dealing with habits. They are all part of the same thing. Okay. What it also allows the QB to do, and it allows you within your system to do, remember from the simple example that I gave in the last clip, If we are protecting the backside, it allows me play side, okay, or front side as I call it, okay. It allows my QB to now be able to see everything that's coming towards him, whether that be a blitz, whether that be a guy that breaks the line. It doesn't matter what, it just doesn't matter, okay. It allows my QB to be settled, to understand through his drills everything that's coming at him, and it allows him to be in a great position to be able to deal with it. He cannot deal with anybody breaking that line of scrimmage on his backside, on his blind side, because he cannot see it coming. And if you've got a quarterback that's unsettled, he's unnerved, he's not confident in his offensive line, he's certainly not confident with his blocking systems because he doesn't understand it, because he's not part of it, whatever, or because you've got your lineman in the wrong place, it doesn't matter. You're going to have a losing season, okay? That's the bottom line. So what you need to be able to do is just think simple. I want my best protectors blocking the backside of that QB, or the blind side. I therefore want my play side QB confident on play side. Okay, he can see everything that's coming at him. He can release the ball, whatever. It doesn't matter. He deals with a whole array of things. So it's a simple philosophy I work to. When I get a playbook, first thing I've already decided it. I want to put my guys on the backside. Okay, my best guys on the backside of that QB. I keep saying it because it's really important. Okay, how do I therefore translate that down? And again, guys, in the separate clip, I'm going to talk about this system, the man zone or the half side, whatever it is you call it, and the bob, which is the main two that I work with against the 3-4, against the 4-3, things like that. But I'm just going to talk about simple philosophies now. Okay, so backside protection equals play side confidence. Okay, really simple. As coaches now, as an offensive line coach, you look at your playbook, okay, you'll see that probably your blocking system, you've got your guys' eyes looking to the play side, and maybe a running back on the backside, okay. Why do I want a running back who doesn't hardly train in pass protection, protecting the QB's backside? You usually find the best guy in the NFL, your left tackle, or if it's a right-handed QB, or your tendency is more to be towards the right, whatever, your first read, doesn't matter how you look at it, you tend to find the blindside tackle is the most important player on the pitch. Why would you want to replace him with a running back? It just doesn't make sense. Okay, so just think simple. Just think really simple. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to draw up just a simple example. Okay, we've got a simple example here. How do I start to therefore develop this philosophy in terms of getting my guys in the right place? Okay, which is my best protectors blocking the backside. Again, we're going to develop these through a series of clips. Okay, we can see here we've got a strong right, okay, just by formation. So coaches, when you look at your playbook, you've got your formation, strong right, strong left, whatever it is. I'm just going to call it, for the sake of this particular example, strong right, verts left. Verts right. I'm going to call it right. Sorry, strong right, verts right. Okay, my guys are just going to be releasing up the field. I know now, as an offensive line coach, that the QB's eyes on his first reads are going to be to the right-hand side. Okay, really simple. Strong right, verts right. So my strength, okay, in terms of where do I put my offensive line, where do I want their eyes to snap to? Remember, it's the blind side you want to be protecting, so naturally, if it's strong right, verts right, okay, I'm not playing to the formation strength, I'm playing to the play strength. Really important. That's where the QB's eyes are going, okay? That's really important. Strong right, verts right, okay? Now, I now therefore know that I need to be getting my offensive line guys' eyes snapping up, okay, to the backside. So The next most important thing that you need to be looking at as an offensive line coach and as an OC is recognising, okay, the mic. Identifying the mic. Really, really, really important. Much overlooked thing within the UK, okay? We tend to find that the QB will always be given that responsibility. If you're in a situation where your QB's got a lot to think about, maybe you're running a no-huddle offense, you want to keep it as simple as you can for him, there's absolutely no reason at all why you can't get your centre identifying the mic. Okay? Doesn't matter about the QB. Okay? Really doesn't matter. Okay? Get your offensive line identifying the mic. How do we do that? Again, strong right. Vert's right. Okay, it's the play strength. Okay? I now therefore know that in this particular example, the mic is going to be to the left. That's the back side. That's the blind side. Yeah? My QB is looking to the right. That's his first reads. So look at your playbook. In this example here, you can see the mic is here. It doesn't matter. What we're looking to do, we're going to look to second level and one away. Okay? So in this particular example, this backer here, now I always call the extra backer in the 3-4 a sniffer, or if there's a situation where there's an extra backer in any kind of formation, I'll just call him a sniffer. Doesn't really matter what you call him. The Sam, the Mike, the sniffer and the Willy backer there. Okay, doesn't matter what you call him. I call him a sniffer. Okay, so in this particular example, it doesn't matter what it says in your playbook. You want your guys identifying that mic. Okay, so in this particular example, remember we talk about approach. When my guys are rocking up to the line of scrimmage, they're pointing, they're shouting, they're identifying. The other guys, the guards, the tackles, are reinforcing. So let me just talk about it briefly. If you look at the final film, for example, the national finals, you'll see the centre, Mr. Tom Levick. For me, probably one of, well, if he's not the best centre in Britain at the moment. Very understated, but very hard worker and very efficient. Okay, always developing, always hungry. Great guy. I've worked with him for the last 2 or 3 years. Okay, brilliant guy. Watch him on the game film. He's always pointing. He never goes down unless he's absolutely confident that he has identified and the guys next to him know what he's doing. You'll see his head is always on a swivel. Really, really, really important. What I therefore get the other guys to do is to reinforce, okay, that call. Mike left, Mike left. You don't have to overcomplicate it. You don't have to call the number out. It doesn't matter. Just get your guys' eyes snapping to the left or snapping to the right. Okay, it doesn't matter. We don't need to be extravagant about this. We're not in the NFL. This is UK. We've got 20 minutes. Okay, really, really, really simple. So in this example, Mike left, Mike left, Mike left. I know now I'm going to get my backside guys' eyes snapping to the right place, which means I'm now going to be in the right place straight away before anything happens, and that's key. Okay, we're now in a situation where the guys are rocking up. The centre's calling out Mike left, Mike left, Mike left. Quarterback can hear it, okay? Now if he's part of the pass protection scheme, you should have him within your training sessions or a few training sessions. He understands all this. He's also looking as well. He knows where his offensive line is going. He covers a whole array of things, okay? He is now confident. You've now got your guards and your tackles also pointing it out. Mike left, Mike left, Mike left. Reinforce it, guys. As coaches, it's really important that you get your offensive line screaming it out at the top of their voice. Okay? As coaches, you probably understand that it's very hard to get your boys screaming. Any player. Okay? But what it does breeds confidence. What it also does, if you get the rest of the guys reinforcing it, we all know as offensive linemen, you rock up to the line of scrimmage and your mind goes blank and you have a bit of a brain fart every now and again. I've had them. If I've got the guy next to me reinforcing it, it snaps me back out of it. Okay, always get your guys reinforcing it, and again, it tells the defensive line on the opposite side of the ball. It's quite intimidating, but again, it just brings back to the same thing: confidence, habits, always be alert. All these little things you can cover throughout your drills. Okay, it's all about approach. Everything is a project. Everything has its own place. Everything has its progression. Okay, look at it as approach to end. Okay, so we're now identifying the mic. Sorry guys, we're now identifying the mic in this example, which is strong right, verts left. We're just going to flip that. We're going to have strong right, strong right, verts left. The previous one was strong right, verts right, sorry. Okay, we're now in a situation now where we've got strong right, verts left. The QB's eyes are going to be snapping to the left. Okay, that's his strength, that's the play strength, verts left. Therefore now we know that the mic in this particular example, because remember our strength is the backside, okay, the blind side, we're always looking to protect the blind side. So we now know in this example, the centre is going to be calling mic right, mic right, mic right. My guys now eyes are going to be snapping to the right because I'm protecting the backside. QB, you can see what's coming towards him. I'm going to go into systems in a minute, guys. QB, so if this guy comes on a blitz, hey, quarterback's going to pick that guy up. I can still release everybody in confidence. Doesn't matter which guy comes, he drops into coverage, up to kill, whatever this guy comes, I'm protected backside. I've got my 4-on-4. Again, we're going to talk about systems in a minute. Okay, but the simple philosophy is, guys, backside protection, play side confidence. Okay, really, really, really simple. So going back to how to start to translate this down to allow your offensive line to be confident, to have your quarterback's confident. Simple rules. The philosophy is backside protection, blindside protection, play side confident for the quarterback. We therefore, first and foremost, first stage is how do we identify the mic? So if we've got strong right, verts left, okay, QB's eyes are going to be snapping to the left. We know that we've got to get our eyes, our strength is going to be snapping away from that. Okay, so our strength as an offensive line, in this particular example, is going to be that mic there. Okay. If we go to verts right, we know the QB's eyes are going to be going this way. Okay, therefore the mic now becomes to the left. Really, really, really simple stuff. So that's the clip 3. How to identify the mic. What is the philosophy? Hopefully, guys, you get a little bit of a little bit from that. You can start to look at your playbook. You can start to develop your systems within that, and you can start to develop your offensive line mindset within the approach, within the calls, within things like that. Again, the next clip now will be the system itself. There will be a set of calls and things like that, simple calls that I utilise. We're going to work it for a 3-4 and a 4-3, different combinations, who starts the slide and things like that. So again, guys, I hope that helps, and I hope you take something away from it.